Hi guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sitting down and filming another back to uni related video, which I just posted a back to uni haul. If you guys didn't see that, I did a like unboxing style video in collaboration with Uni Days and Typo. I had so much fun filming it. If you guys haven't seen that, I'll have it linked down below as well as at the end of this video. But today I'm sitting down and actually filming a uni related Q&A, just like get things rolling. I posted over on my Instagram story asking you guys for questions and I got a ton of really good ones as well. So I'm excited to sit down and film this. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, it's just at smileycitrus. And yeah, I'm gonna get straight into the cues. Okay, first question comes from Naomi and she asks, go to uni outfit. Honestly, my everyday outfit wear doesn't really differ from like uni day wear, if that makes sense. What I would typically wear on an everyday basis is what I typically wear to uni, so long as it's comfortable. Comfort is key, especially at my university. It's so steep. There's stairs and hills everywhere, so comfort is definitely essential. And I will also typically wear a jacket to uni. Even if it's a really hot day, I'll at least bring one with me because 9 times out of 10, the aircon is on full blast. And when you're in a big lecture hall and sitting there for, you know, 2-3 hours, it gets cold. So I like to layer up, and yeah, comfort is definitely key. Next question is from Daria and she asks, is university similar to year 12 SACE? Absolutely not. I guess there are some similarities. I think year 12 has its own challenges, but I think university overall is a lot harder, at least in my opinion. You're like a lone wolf at university. You just don't have that same kind of guidance and that support that you have during high school, and especially in year 12. You have a lot more responsibility for your education, and it's just, I don't know, it's just overall difficult. Obviously, university has its perks, like you're studying something that you actually want to study and you can be a lot more flexible with your schedule, but I think overall it is a lot more challenging than high school, especially when it comes to essays and assignments. They are so vague. Like, what do you want from me? What do you want? You just have to kind of wing it and hope for the best. And yeah. Okay, next question is, have you found it hard making friends? I'm going to second year and haven't really made any. Girl, you are not alone. I don't have any uni friends, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I've definitely met people and made connections. I've made acquaintances. I have a lot of acquaintances, but no one that I would really consider like a uni friend. Really? No. I think it's really easy to meet people in uni, especially during your first year, because everyone's in the same boat. Everyone's keen to meet new people, but I think it's really difficult to make the jump to an actual friend. You have to initiate it, be like, do you want to go for coffee? Do you want to grab lunch? Not that I'd know because I haven't done it, but that's something I'm really trying to work on this year. Just taking initiative and like taking that next step in like friendship. I think I want to do. Georgie asks, what do you do on the commute to uni? Read, listen to music, or podcasts? I do all three, honestly. It really depends on my mood and like what I'm vibing. I've been trying to read a lot more in public transport, especially when I'm going to and from work. One of my goals for this year is to read 25 books, which is going well, by the way. But sometimes I get motion sick. I get really bad motion sickness on like every form of public transport or just transport in general. Airplane, bus, boat, you name it, I get sick. So sometimes that's not possible and I will just listen to a podcast. I've really been into Gals on the Go. If you guys listen to that podcast, it's amazing. Huge fan of podcasts in general. Which if you guys have any podcast recommendations, let me know. Gals on the Go is the only one that I really listen to religiously. So if you have any recommendations of some good ones similar to that, let me know. And then yeah, sometimes I also just listen to music. You know when you're just like not in the mood to use your brain or like think about things, you just want to listen to some tunes. It really depends on my vibe. Lydia asked, what are you studying? That is a great question. I probably should have started with this. I feel like most of you already know, but I'm doing a Bachelor of Communication and Professional Writing. Molly said, I'm starting my first year of communications. What sort of things does it include? Firstly, congratulations, that's so exciting. And in terms of what you're gonna study, I think it honestly really depends on what uni you go to and the degree they offer. I'd recommend just looking at the course outline and just seeing what units you'll go through. In my case, I've done a lot of like business related classes, also a lot of media and writing, because it is communication and professional writing. I think they've changed the degree name since to like media and communication, but it's the same thing. Bonnie asked, have you ever had back-to-back classes? If so, how was it? I have them on Tuesdays for 6 hours. Yes, I think I did like my first semester, and I typically do that. Like, I like to stack my classes and condense my uni schedule to like 1 or 2 days if I can. Unfortunately, this semester I wasn't able to. I'm there 3 days, of the week. It was 2 days and then they switched one of the classes, so I have to be there on a Friday as well, which is very frustrating. It's literally for an hour, but I have to go because it's a tutorial. Actually, it's 4. Monday I have a 2-hour lecture, which I almost definitely won't go to because it's my only thing of the day. And lectures, I don't mind watching online. I actually sometimes find it better because I can concentrate and I can pause it and like write my notes in my own time. The lecturers talk really fast, so I'm not too worried about that. And then I do have uni Tuesday and Thursday, and then, as I mentioned, for an hour on Friday. So I like to do that. I like to start my classes. That way I'm not making the trek to, well, trek, I'm so dramatic. It literally takes me like half an hour to get to uni, but it's just like so much effort, like actually going to uni. So the fewer days I'm there, the happier I am. I know some people like to do it differently and like to kind of spread it across the week, but I'm guessing if you have back-to-back classes for 6 hours on a Tuesday, that's what you've chosen to do. I would recommend bringing snacks, loading up on caffeine. You'll probably be very mentally drained by the end of it, but I think it's worth it. Next question is, how do you deal with end of semester motivation drop? Because it hits me every time. Wow. I have never related to something more in my entire life. I really do feel you on that, and I actually do not have the answer to it. It happens every time. I really don't know how to overcome that, and if anyone has the answer, please let me know. Sammy asked, would you ever do a post-grad study? What's your goal after grad? PS, you rock. Love your vids always. Thank you so much. Would I ever do post-grad study? I actually haven't even thought that far ahead. I'm just taking each day as it comes. I'm just like trying to get through my degree right now. But yeah, I don't think I really will. And what's my goal after grad? To find a job, maybe? Bella asked, what sort of job do you want after you graduate? That is a great question that I do not have the answer to. I feel like most people at uni do, like they know what they want to do. If you're studying something, I feel like you do have like an end goal and like a career path you want to go down, but I honestly just chose something that I'm interested in and I'm just vibing it. A communication degree as a rule is very broad, so I think I have a lot of choices, opportunities, and I'm just a very indecisive person. I really enjoy different aspects of my degree, and I think it's really hard to like choose one and just like go with it. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. Ashley asked, did you find the first week of uni difficult, and how different is it to high school? It is very different from high school. Actually, probably not as different as you'd expect. When you go to tutes, it's very much like a high school setting. You're like in a classroom with like 20 to 30 people. There's a teacher. It's like kind of like a high school vibe. And did I find the first week of uni difficult? Absolutely not. The tutors and lecturers are very understanding. I'd recommend going to O week. I'd really recommend doing that. I think every uni has an O week. It's like the week before uni actually starts, and you can go to different like events. They have different stalls and you can get a bunch of freebies and sign up to clubs and stuff. It's a good way to like get a feel for uni and the environment. And during my O week, I went around the university campus and found where every single one of my classes and lectures were. 10 out of 10 would recommend doing that. Even if you don't memorize exactly where they are, at least you'll have like a general idea, and that made me a lot less nervous. Charlotte asked, backpack or tote bag? Backpack, for sure. I tried carrying a tote bag for like a day of uni and it just wasn't the life for me. I like the weight to be evenly distributed on my shoulders, and a tote bag just wasn't doing that for me. But if you're worried about which one to bring, I honestly wouldn't stress about it, whatever you prefer. Emily asked, if you could study another degree, what would it be and why? I love your videos. Thank you so much. I think if I had to study something else, it would probably be education, and I would become a teacher maybe. That's something that I was really considering in high school. I really enjoy working with kids. I feel like it would be a very rewarding job, but I feel like it would also be a lot of work, and I don't know if I'm prepared for that. Oh, this one's a juicy one. Do you regret doing a gap year? Actually, I think I got a couple of these questions. Someone also asked, do you wish you went to uni earlier? No, I definitely do not. I feel like taking a gap year was absolutely the best thing for me. By the end of year 12, I was so mentally, physically, and emotionally drained. I just could not cope with studying immediately after high school. I know everyone's different, and I feel like if you know what you want to study and you're like in the study zone, then by all means go ahead, but I personally just needed a break. I also wasn't sure what I wanted to study at that point, so I took a year off. I worked, I traveled, I went and lived in Canada for almost a year, and I feel like I learned so much about myself during that year that when I came back and actually started university, I was in like a completely different headspace. I wasn't nervous. I've been so far out of my comfort zone moving to Canada by myself at 18 years old, which looking back, like now I'm a little bit older, I'm like, how the heck did I do that? I was pushed so far out of my comfort zone that nothing really scared me anymore. So when I started uni, I just wasn't nervous. I was like, yes, I can do this. So yeah, I definitely do not regret taking a gap year. Okay, I'm gonna answer one last question. This one I got asked so many times, and that is, how do you balance working, studying, YouTube, and socializing so well? Much love. Much love to you too. I don't. That is probably the one thing that one of many things that I struggle with when it comes to uni. It's something that I'm constantly working on and something I'm really trying to perfect. And it's hard, I'm not gonna lie, trying to balance a part-time job, full-time university, YouTube, which is like a job within itself, and then trying to have a social life and like make time for my family and have a boyfriend. Like, it is so difficult. I think it honestly just comes down to prioritizing things, choosing what is most important, and kind of going from there. I actually have a whole video planned on this exact topic, so stay tuned for that. That should be up very soon. And yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Hope this was helpful, or at least relatable. From one lonely, struggling university student to another, I hope you guys could get some kind of comfort out of this. And yeah, if you guys want to keep up to date with me and my life, I will have all my social media down below. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!